Welcome back to My Only Scams. Today we're going to take a look at another doctored up third-party auction vehicle. Now if you don't know what that means, a third-party auction vehicle is one that's not being offered by an insurance company. It's being offered by somebody else. And that's usually somebody that bought it previously from an insurance company, brought it back, did some handiwork on it, and now they're trying to rerun it through the auction and make a profit. That's okay, I don't have a problem with that, except for the way that they're doing it. They're trying to hide a lot of damage, and they're basically doctoring it up to make it look good for the pictures so that hopefully some unsuspecting buyer is going to pay way too much for it, thinking it's not as bad as it actually is. So let's see exactly what they did to this thing, see how bad it really was, see what they're hiding, so that you guys don't become victims of these kind of sellers.
Today's vehicle is a 2021 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road. It's for sale from our favorite sellers down in Miami, Florida. And if we weren't sure if it was from our favorite sellers, we'll have a way to verify that. It's being sold with a Colorado salvage title. The title is pending because it's floor planned. This is unusual. It's a run and drive. It has 58,346 miles. Usually their cars don't drive. It's definitely a third-party auction car because there is no seller down here. So let's take a look at it and see what it looks like. They're also hoping they can get $15,900 for this thing from some unsuspecting victim. So it doesn't look too bad from here. Definitely tell it's our favorite seller because they're their trademark drywall screws holding that grill together. Doesn't look like they did anything over here. Fender definitely looks like it was hammered out a little bit. I'm not sure about this headlight, how you hit all this and not the headlight. Probably an eBay headlight with no tabs. Have a new wheel over here, probably the spare, so I'm guessing it had some suspension damage. Missing a front bumper, grill's screwed on there. We definitely have a door gap issue at the top here, so I'm thinking the bottom of this cowl here is pushed in, the firewall, bottom of the A-pillar, whatever you want to call it. Down here, all smashed. All the way down the sides, both doors. Got a nice piece of the rocker. It probably got hit by another car, went all the way down the side, and probably hit this rear end. That's why our bed is bulged out back here. Missing a taillight. Got a nice topper on it. Well, top has a little damage over here. Other than that, this side looks okay. We have a deployed airbag on the driver's side. Doesn't look like the passenger deployed. There's our front end. Our mileage, all the dash emojis, it is running. We have a very unusual amount of gas for these sellers. Usually they leave us with nothing. Don't see anything wrong back here. There's our VIN. Okay, what we got going on in here? Yeah, we definitely have some broken tabs on our headlight here. Stuff doesn't look like it's sitting in there just right. Probably have some damage underneath this headlight. Probably why they splurged and put it in there. We do have the drywall screw, of course, holding it in. A couple of fobs. And a taillight. Not sure why they didn't just screw that in there. This side looks pretty good. This side not so much. Definitely looks like our frame might be bent here. This gap is closed up here and opened up at the bottom. So definitely something hit it down the side here. Pretty good. If it did shove this wheel back, they probably just moved it forward and welded it back in place. I don't know if they would have splurged for new U-bolts. Got some caution tape. top is not sitting straight on there. We're missing a drive shaft. Bluetooth. Not sure what that is, but I know it shouldn't be there. They're taking a picture of the cat. Apparently they had a lot of cats that were stolen, so they want to verify they're all on there. Take a look at our 360 inside view. See if we missed anything. Got a deployed driver's airbag, deployed knee bolster airbag. There's our tail light. Hard to tell if the curtain deployed. If they did, they actually did a better job tucking it up than usual, although this is broken here on our A-pillar, so I'm thinking it probably did go off. So let's take a look at it before they got to it. Okay, so they bought it from Copart for $10,100, hoping to make about $5,000 and some change. Of course, they did have fees and everything else and a little bit of work. Let's see just how much work they did. Well, they cleaned the snow off of it for one. Went on to warmer climates. We definitely have some damage here. That explains our suspension. Oh, and our topper is wrong side up. So they just flipped it back over and screwed it down. I can only assume they used drywall screws for that. Definitely shoved our wheel back. That's why it was bulged out here on the bottom of the bed. Pretty much what I was expecting, minus the topper being upside down. And they must have got a grill or found the other one in the back. Screwed it on there. Okay, we had lots of airbags go off. So we had both seat airbags that went off, and a knee bolster and a driver's airbag. So it looks like their MVP upholsterer must have sewn that back up for them, because you know they didn't put new airbags in it. We also did have a curtain airbag go off. I can see a little bit of up there. Maybe we'll get a better picture. The mileage is exactly the same, so it never went anywhere. Just as much gas. And we did have a curtain airbag that went off, so they just tucked that up there. And we can see pretty much everything up here is still the same. And a broken headlight over here. There's our VIN. So let's take a better look at it and see if there's anything that we missed. If we enhance a little bit. Enhance. Enhance. Our suspicion's correct? Yep, those are our favorite sellers. We already knew. With all these drywall screws, who else could it be? That's definitely the original grill. They must have found it laying in the back or something. Looks like the original headlight as well. Cut off a little piece of the frame there. We got a Bluetooth axle, and never mind that bar welded to the lower control arm that's holding our suspension up. Yeah, they weren't trying to hide anything. The knuckle is gone, and they replaced it with a stick. Definitely gonna need a couple doors. Probably a frame, suspension, good piece of the rocker, A-pillar, a whole bunch of airbags. This topper is usable, but pretty banged up. Now I gotta know. They locked it. I really want to know if it's held in with drywall screws. No. I guess we're never gonna know. Definitely messed up that spring. They slid it forward. And a 2x4 is always what you want to see for a body mount. No, they weren't trying to hide anything. These are definitely honest people. See that piece that's missing there? Just cut that piece of the frame out. Must have been in the way. Pop the hood. And we got a nice gap. I bet that's going to be a wind whistle. Assuming it can drive down the road. And they did do a pretty good job sewing up those seats. Like I said, I know they didn't put an airbag in there. And I know they didn't replace the seats. When you're holding up the body with a 2x4 and a pole to replace the broken knuckle, you definitely didn't spend the money on seats. Is our knee bolster airbag? See how bad it looks under here. Nothing too scary in here. I mean, we're definitely going to need an apron. But I believe that's the least of this thing's worries. Engine's in there a little sideways. Our frame is definitely shoved over to the passenger side. So if you need a couple doors and a fender for this side, minus a little door ding there, you're doing okay. But $15,900 sounds like a lot of money for a parts car. Wouldn't trust that axle. And the brake cable is stuck inside the rear door.
So if you're new to buying at the auction, or you're just one of those people that think that most people are inherently good, hopefully this video showed you that there are people you need to watch out for and what to watch out for. And there's always people that are going to defend these sellers. You know, it's buyer beware. Yeah, you're right. So I'm trying to educate some buyers so that they know what to beware of. That's kind of my purpose here. Hopefully one of these days, these sellers will get what's coming to them. I mean, this is not an accident. It's not just they bought one car and they're trying to get their way out of it. This is their business model. They do this all the time. And they're not trying to make this car, you know, in any way drivable. When you're welding a pole in that you probably found in the back of the car or propping up the body with a 2x4, you're not trying to do anything but hide the damage. So, not ethical, but it is legal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.